The challenges of pregnancy are unlike any other.
Being pregnant with twins was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I get winded really easily, exhausted.
And for 30-year-old Kelsey Petaway, the obstacles weren't just physical. Becoming a mom took a toll on her mental health as well.
I would sometimes sit on the couch and for no reason at all, just start crying. And it just didn't feel like me. It's not something you think that would happen to you. It was nowhere on my radar that I would be diagnosed with postpartum depression and anxiety.
A recent study found that about 1 in 8 women report symptoms of postpartum depression.
Your whole life changes. It's just hard.
And for Kelsey, support from friends and family is what got her through.
I would literally run myself into the ground because I didn't want to feel like a failure. That's why you have a village. And I had to learn, I have to lean on them. Tackling postpartum depression, one task at a time.
And now she's hoping to do the same for others, using her online platform of over 30,000 to help new moms feel seen, supported, and less alone.
When I opened up, I had a whole community of women, telling me that they went through the same thing.
Today, Kelsey is embracing motherhood and prioritizing her mental health, all while sharing a message of hope and perseverance.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. That does not mean you failed. It just means you're human. And if you need the help, receive the help.
Amen to that. And to those moms who are struggling with mental health, you are not alone. Our GMA contributor and strong mama herself, Robin Arzon. Thank you so much again. It was well received what we talked about yesterday, the physical aspects of being a mother. And the physical changes you can see right away, but it's those emotional changes that people don't really talk about. What can you expect with those emotional changes?
Pregnancy is not linear, and as we just heard, we can hold space for what I call the both and. We can be both joyful for this new beginning and this new baby, but also overwhelmed. We can be both brave and a little bit fearful. We can be both confident and a little bit unsure. And I think when we create space for that multiplicity, not only of our emotions, but of who we are in the world, you're a mom and other things, that's an important part of the conversation.
I love and. I love that. Not or, and that the two both can be true.
Yes.
Both can be true.
Yes.
Okay, you're expecting, okay, you're a mama and you're expecting. Just talk about some things that could be helpful for expectant mothers when it comes to their mental well-being.
Mamas to be, your energy is currency, so it is important to set some boundaries around that, including taking stock of the people, experiences, and situations that you feel like are energy drains. Be aware of that. Try to limit it to the extent that you can.
Especially on social media.
Especially, speaking of social media. So we talk a lot about the diet, keeping baby healthy, keeping mom healthy, but what you're consuming. Your media diet is also a consumption. Where are you scrolling on your social media feed? Is it uplifting? Are you watching shows like Good Morning America, which is meant to inform and uplift? So that piece of it is that we're constantly inundated with those notifications, and you might want to turn a little bit of that off or edit out your social media feed for sure.
Okay.
And then focus on joy and reflection. Was something that I did, I journal a lot, and that helps me process my emotions. A journaling prompt that really helped me was writing a letter to my baby when the baby was in my belly, and that kind of created that connection. And then I did a second letter to the women that came before me. And I'm a proud Latina, and I imagine that I was conversing with my abuelas who have already passed. So a little bit of a metaphysical prompt, but to me, it kept me emotionally grounded.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you share that so freely like that. Okay, now you've had the baby.
Yes.
Life's changed for the entire family. So now that you have the baby and what are the steps that you should take then?
Ask for help and accept the support. You deserve the love that you're giving to others. And it's flattering to hear that moms are superheroes. Of course, we believe that. But just because the weight that you're carrying looks light doesn't mean it doesn't feel heavy. And it's important that we have the conversations where we actually empower folks to ask for the help that they need and create space for accepting that. You don't have to go it alone. Yeah. And of course, seeking professional help when is needed, but using your village and then focusing on the daily wins, treating rest like a productive part of your day
Thank
is
you.
crucial. Yeah.
And no is a complete sentence.
Ooh,
I
that's
know,
right.
I know.
It is a full exclamation point.
You have to explain why you said no to something. And you have some affirmations that have helped as well.
One of the main affirmations I had was slowing down is a strength. So the words we speak become the house that we live in. So how you're speaking to yourself, especially postpartum, when your hormones are a roller coaster and you're sleep deprived, it can get unkind. So another mantra that I love, I am reclaiming my strength one breath at a time. And that incorporates another important element is using breath work, using aspects of meditation to literally calm on our nervous systems when the cortisol is rising and things can feel out of hand.
Oh, and I love affirmations, and it just really reaffirms, and to know that you're not alone. You're not alone, and that's what's so important about sharing and letting people know that, as you have done, and you've done a great job with that.
Thank you.
And helping people. Thank you, Robin.
Thanks
you
for
so
having me.
much.